Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. Today for this episode, still on the 1960s TV show, going over the two episodes, Finny Fiends. God, I can't say that fast. And Batman Takes the Scenes. I feel like they just had to find something to run for the second one. So it's Penguin themed episode. And it starts out with Alfred. He has this pamphlet that was advertising like really cheap caviar, which he was buying for a party. So he goes in, and turns out it's a trap set by the Penguin, and he captures him with like this. it's it's kind of funny. So like this, there's this like big barrel of caviar that you just like go in and scoop what you want, and an umbrella on top of it. So he's getting the caviar, and the umbrella closes on him, but it doesn't like close all the way. So the poor actor, he's doing the best he can, but he has to act like he's like trapped, and then the penguin's henchmen, they like come in and close it more so on top of him. I guess I don't know if they have problems with the proper one. It just looks silly, and it was funny. But hey, so Alfred gets captured. The people of Gotham, they like call the police. Police are like, "Oh, yeah, Penguin? No, thank you. Here's Batman." And then Batman and Robin are called in. So they go to the scene of the crime. The store is completely cleaned out except for the pamphlet that Alfred had that he dropped. Um, because like he was like, "Oh, Batman, we went through it, but we couldn't find anything." And Batman's just like, yeah, that's great and all, Chief, but me and Robin are still gonna go check just in case, and therefore he did find something. Then it goes back to the Penguin's lair with Alfred, and he he doesn't know like he doesn't really want anything. Like he doesn't like Penguin didn't hold him hostage. They figured, well, if Penguin doesn't want Alfred for like money, what the heck do they want him for? And Batman's like, oh well, he would know the location of like this super secret billionaire's donation party, so that's what Penguin's after. And Penguin, he straps into this some kind of like penguin box thing. It's essentially like a mind controlling device. So he takes over Penguin's mind. He makes him forget the whole scenario, and he tells him to make sure he remembers like the when and where the party takes place. So then Penguin, he's dropped back at Wayne Manor, no harm done. Batman and Robin are very confused. They're like, why did he? Why did he just return him? So Batman and Robin, they're talking to him, and Batman and Robin, they both notice that he's a little off. Um, so they get talking to him. They're like, man, we need to just like jar his memory. So they're like showing these pictures of these different kinds of criminals, and Alfred has thoughts on them. And they get to like Penguin's like henchmen, and his henchmen, they just like did not care whatsoever. This has happened before in the show, where all they do is just like black shirt, black pants, black suit, black hat, and then just a name on their chest. And then this week they did all that, and it was like octopus, shark. I can't remember like the third one, but it was always just like things that live in the ocean. And I'm just like, man, y'all could have like dressed them up as fishermen or like other penguins, or have them be in like little tuxedo, like something. Like, it's not the first time this show's done that for the like the henchman clothing. It's just funny. Like I just find the idea of like these like men, they're kind of down on their luck. They're like, I guess I'll join a gang. Who's the big cheese this evening? And they're like, it's the Riddler. Okay, I'll just buy all black and have my questions on my chest. Or, oh, I work for the Joker, and my name will just be Jester. It's just silly. So Batman and Robin, they're talking to him, and they're like trying to show him pictures of people, and then they show him Alfred two pictures of like, it was like shark and octopus henchmen, and he's like, I have no idea who those men are. Um, and then they show him a picture of the penguin, and he's like, I've never met that man in my entire life. And Batman looks at Robin like, seriously? This guy we sent undercover to the Penguin, who got caught by the Penguin, who foiled the Penguin by like pulling a rug from underneath him. He doesn't remember the Penguin. Something's up. So they catch on. They're like, all right, he would know that. Um, so then there's like a pre-party for like the donation thing, and essentially a bunch of billionaires get together and they bring these beautiful women, and they have like a sash on them that like says what their donation's going to go for, and whoever wins pops out of a cake, and that's who the money goes to by votes. It's really weird. More on that later. So they're at the party, and then Alfred he's serving hors d'oeuvres, and one has a freaking fish hook inside. And Batman and Robin, they figured out, they're like, oh, it must be the penguin. And I'm just like, must be the penguin. Jesus Christ, I'm more worried about the guest getting fucking hooked. Holy shit! Because they know something's up with Alfred because he keeps having this like little twitch, and I'm like, why don't you fucking check all the all the entrees? My word, they might all have a freaking hook on them. Might be some kind of sick ploy by the penguin. Um, but anyway, so they remember the pamphlet that Alfred got or Alfred left on. It had like the name "Not a Fish Incorporated" or something, and they look at all the docks at the Gulf of the War, and one matches that. So they go to that area, they find the penguin, they get their butts kicked. They're put in this vacuum chamber, and the episode ends because, oh, are they gonna die? Probably not, because it's Batman and Robin. But come back tomorrow, you little jerk. So Penguin, his cronies, they like take all the air out of the room that Batman and Robin are in, and they just leave them because they're like, okay, they're for sure dead. I won't check, but they're dead. And of course they're not, because Batman had like an emergency oxygen, uh, like an oxygen gas tank in his bat belt, because why wouldn't he? So then what happens is, oh yes, it's Batman and Robin. They're setting up the date finally for the like the big party that's going on, and they purposely show Alfred what's happening. So they're like, oh, well, we spread a rumor in the underworld that the party's going to be held at Wayne Manor, and Wayne Manor is going to be guarded by all the cops in Gotham and whatnot. But it's actually going to be on this private boat with that Bruce Wayne owns, and Batman and Robin will be there. So Alfred he relays that information back to Penguin, and Penguin, once he hears all that, he releases him from the hypnotizing. I mean, Alfred was just straight up a sleeper agent, because like Penguin has this like little penguin like honking thing, so he would like squeeze it into the phone, and that be like his kind of like his click to get in his mind or whatever. But that's all done with now. So it gets to the party, or no. It's beforehand. They choose a winner, and it's natural resources, and Penguin and his henchmen show up to that girl's place, and Penguin's henchwoman, she takes her place. Like they kidnap the actual winner, and then they put her in the. They make it so she's the winner, and Batman's there to escort her. So the new henchwoman, who's substituting for natural resources, goes with Batman. Then we go to the party. Everybody's having a good time. They're like, "All right, time to bring out the winner. See who we're giving all this money to." And it's the Penguin henchman, and it's a really weird scene. It kind of feel it's very odd, but all of the millionaire or billionaires start like throwing money at the girl, and it's so bizarre seeing Batman and Robin throw money at a beautiful woman coming out of a cake. Like that's not a very Batman and Robin thing to do. Like Bruce Wayne and Tim, maybe I don't know, maybe not Tim because he's still in high school. So I could maybe see Bruce Wayne doing that because he's like the Playboy lifestyle. But Batman and Robin, especially the 1960s version of Batman and Robin, that was just weird. So then she pulls out an umbrella and then gasses everybody in the room. And then Penguin and his henchmen show up and they grab all the cash. They go back to their lair and they're like, "What? Why are we going back to the lair?" And he's like, "Oh, the cops were already there. They're not going to check again, idiot." And of course they did because it's the Gotham City Police. I mean, they couldn't catch a cold. Um, so he's Penguin's dividing all the money up to his cronies and to his henchwoman. She's feeling terrible about it all. She's feeling so guilty. She's like, "Oh, I cheated to get in the cake, and you cheated to get the money, and everybody's a cheater, and they should have gone to charity." Blah, blah, blah. Like typical like henchwoman feels bad about it all. Just for once, I would like to see the henchwoman go even more evil. Like she gets a taste of it, and she's like, "I want more," kind of like a Harley Quinn thing, but like more so. Um, so Penguin he takes his share and he puts it in this big ass safe, and then out pop Batman and Robin. I'm just thinking, man, what a conversation did like Batman and Robin have? Like Robin's looking at Batman like, "Hey, so Batman, what happens if Penguin doesn't open this safe?" And then Batman's like, "Shut up, who will? I'm Batman." Uh, but so he pops out, another fight ensues, everybody's captured, la di da. Then it flash forwards to like I guess the after party at Wayne Manor, um, and then the henchwoman she's invited in because I guess it was like a thank you for helping catch Penguin, and it's just like she didn't do anything. She just kind of felt guilty that she almost committed a heinous crime, but it's whatever. Good guys win, all that stuff. It feels very anticlimactic because that was the finale to season one. Um, so yeah, season one's over. Hooray for that. For this episode, probably it was good. I didn't really have any complaints, but nothing really stood out. So I'd probably rank it a 5 out of 7, like a little above average. So yeah, um, but I am loving this series so far. It's so campy, it's so fun. And officially now, since we're done with season one, we're going right to the movie. And I've seen it already like 2 or 3 times. And I always have a blast with it, and I can't wait to like watch it again and then review it from here. So yeah, that's something to look forward to tomorrow. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Bye.